Rolling. Action.
So I'm here in the TVM office with a TVM higher-up, Mike Maslow. Mike, why do you think this piece is so important?
Well, honestly, this kind of story comes around about once a decade, maybe even once a century. Flood Girl really just brings it all together, where she tried and she failed. And that's really what McGill is all about.
Behind me is McTavish, the scene of one of the most infamous points of McGill history. On January 28th, 2013, almost 3 years ago, something terrible happened. The reservoir north of campus burst, and water went flooding down onto McTavish. The street was uncrossable to any God-fearing university student, but one stood firm. This student had to cross the street, and with the persistence that this school is known for, she tried. However, like all McGill students before her, she failed. She fell on her ass and went sliding down the street while onlookers jeered and whooped. She became an online sensation overnight. The video was all over the interwebs, and today we ask the question, who was this soaking student, this moist mountaineeress? TVM exclusive today. Who was Flood Girl? I met up with a nearby bro, Jordy, to get a detailed debriefing of the event.
Well, I was coming back from class, and all of a sudden, there was a water break. It was like Niagara Falls times 4. And, whoopah, basically. Basically, all the students were around, and they were trying not to get pitted. But this one girl, she got pitted. Whoopah!
Whoopah! Where does one start when tackling a case of this magnitude? I needed to think like Flood Girl. Where was she trying to go with such urgency? Then it hit me. Gertz. I'm standing here in Gertz, where on Thursday there'll be a candlelight vigil for Flood Girl, the bar to which she was probably trying to get on that fateful day. I'm here with Rust, a local bartender here at Gertz. Rust, did you see anything out of the ordinary on that day?
I seen her, but nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, she was wet, but that's, the common occurrence here at Gertz. Do I know her? I mean, she gave me her name, she gave me her number, email, social security, credit card, but she didn't really tip well, so I blocked that all out of my mind.
Okay. So bad tipping, and we have no idea who she is. I'm here with 2 local drunks. Do you know who Flood Girl is?
No.
Good. Thanks. Having exhausted every possible lead, I nearly gave up. But just then, I received a Bumble notification to meet with a woman claiming to have taken a class with the infamous Flood Girl.
Flood Girl was a student in my German lit class. She'd always been really reckless, both with the interpretation of texts and in her general day-to-day life. She would make audacious, I would say, comparisons. Her interpretation of metaphor and allusion was reckless. I would say it was reckless and it was frightening. And we were all disturbed by it. And so when I saw her, honestly, I wasn't surprised. Some say, much like fear, she lives in all of us, and it's only through compassion and love of each other that we can truly conquer her.
I guess some of life's questions aren't meant to be answered. Why are we here? What is the meaning of life? Add one to the list, Socrates. Who was this one-woman fleshboat who rode the waterway to internet stardom? Who is Flood Girl? Imagine if my face is Flood Girl, and this water fountain is a burst of water coming down from the reservoir.
you.